after the... Sorry, I'll get it right. The day after the night before. Here we will be now with League 4, Race 7 at Alsace Village. Just checking something. Before we get started, though, there will be a competition in this one. The story is we have a racer here, Dark Smoker. That's how you correctly say his name, Dark Smoker. Now, I've had a chat with Dark Smoker during the week, and he's... Because I keep saying his name is Dark Smoker, and the reason I say it's Dark Smoker is because he spells it Smoka, but he says the actual correct pronunciation is Dark Smoker. And I said, well, why didn't you put ER at the end of your name? And he said, because someone else has taken that name. So I was thinking, my fellow YouTube followers, as I can't get his name right and I keep falling into Dark Smoker, why didn't we have a competition of what we can alternative name that we could call Dark Smoker, Dark Smoker instead of Dark Smoker? So any suggestions, you can put them in the comments or let me know, and whoever comes up with the funniest one, I will use that name all the time for race 9, maybe race 10 as well for next week. So just so we just so we can have a little bit of fun with Anthony, because I know he can take it. My suggestion for him, I don't think he'd like it very much, was either Flymo or because he keeps kind of like going off onto the grass quite a lot. He seems to be a bit of a lawnmower at times. So I was going to call him Flymo, but I'll leave it up to you, dear viewers. What name can I call Dark Smoker instead of Dark Smoker for next week? Because it's not Dark Smoker, it's Dark Smoker. So there we go. That's the competition. So Alsace, bonjour, comment ça va? Parlez-vous français? Yes, we're in the French countryside. Alsace is a real place. I'm just quickly double checking. I don't believe they have a race course there. Race. Hang on a second. Do bear with me, viewers. Race track. Alsace racetrack. Does Alsace actually have a racetrack? No, only in Gran Turismo does Alsace have a racetrack. So anyway, French countryside here. Beautiful weather. As you can see, this is race 7 of the season. There's 10 races in the league series. So we're starting to get to the crunch time of when results really do start to matter. So we shall run you through the grid with the gorgeous, hunky, superbly funny and witty Beserker-Boy here in pole position in his Honda NSX. What a gloriously wonderful human being Beserker-Boy is. And that's me, yes, I qualified in pole. I think that's my first pole position of the season. And as points matter, I think this league has a system of you get extra points for being in pole and fastest lap. But I do like this circuit. And I quite comfortably got pole position, I believe, by, I think it was about a whole second ahead of Delhi B in a GTR. I thought the GTRs might be strong around here. It's a kind of circuit I think that will suit them very well. So, Alsace, here, look at his number plate. Alsace, in here, in my French accent, I know, don't start doing your French accent, Pete. In second place in the GTR. Again, as I said, GTR will do well here. Dark Smoker here in third place. I believe that's also hit the highest he's qualified in this series, in third. It's Total Rose here in the Hyundai. Aaron keeps saying, oh, I can't believe I'm doing so well in the Hyundai. It's because, one, you're quick, and two, the Hyundai's not actually that bad at all. Stop complaining, get on with it. Yeah, just to prove how the the cars that people don't think are great are doing well. Rally is here in a Lexus in 5th. So this is a good. I feel like this circuit is a good leveler. It's got a little bit of everything for everyone, but it's a good circuit. I like this circuit. It flows really well. The one car that does seem to struggle, though, that might struggle around here, is the BMW. The BMW is tail happy at the best of times, and here with Seamus in 6th place, we'll see how that comes on. And also Sarex, he's also a fast driver, is also back here, and another Beamer in 7th. So I think the cars with good grip and control under braking are the ones that are going to do well. Hence, you got the GTRs up front with the Lexus and the Hyundai as well. Red Bull sponsored Dodge here with Zafira in 8th. I thought he might struggle with a Dodge back here. He's in 8th place even. Powerburger makes a welcome return here in the McLaren, I think that is, in 9th. And Just Wilkie and another GTR back here in 10th. Steve Stone's struggling in the Beamer back here in 11th. Although the Beamer is fast. Let's see how this race gets on. So the camera angle at the beginning here is pretty horrible at the start. So I need to try and find someone that's sort of later at the grid to get an idea if we can see what goes on. So let's go to Powerburger, or someone a bit further back. Sorry about flicking through. So lights are on, 1 lights are on, 2 lights are on. Is the race about to start? Sorry about flicking, I'm trying to get a good angle here. Let's go back to Burger. Yeah, here we go. 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. Holding, and we're off! Decent start there from Powerburger. He holds his position. Sarex has gained a couple of positions around the outside there. Going into turn 1. So we're just watching. So everyone's managed to get... Oh, Sarex has just been eased off the track there, unfortunately. There's 3 cars trying all to get into one sort of space. So Sarex has unfortunately been put to the back. So we just whizzed through the field. It looks like apart from that little instant there, everyone's kind of like got through the race quite cleanly. Beserker-Boy's up front, followed by Deli. Smoker has gone very wide there. It's just allowed Rose and Seamus up there in the BMW to get into 3rd place. Just drifting back through the field here. Look at this, all the boys streaming down here. So I'll just quickly put all the options back on so I can see people's names. There we go. So riding on board with Smoker in 5th place, about halfway through the circuit at the moment. Everyone's line astern. It's all sort of fair to get. Oh, looks like Zap's having a little nibble here at Smoker, trying to go on the outside. Doesn't quite make it stick. This is a bank turn. This is a really tricky turn here because it's very easy to overcook it. So while everything is sort of stationary at the moment, let's quickly run you up. Here's Beserker-Boy. Got away cleanly at the start and followed by Deli B here in 2nd. Seamus, Rose, Smoker, all coming up the hill here. There's the Burger. Oh, Burger's just had an instant. Let's just go back. What happened there? Oh, there's a bit of carnage going on here. So Burger coming into this little tricky turn. It's going to throw you out wide, and it does. He gives him the tiniest of taps, which is just unsettled Burger, and he's put him off. Oh dear. Oh, now Wilkie's smashed into the back of that. Carnage at the back here. So we'll just go back here because I do believe this battle was brewing nicely up here as well at the same spot. Here's Smoker right behind Total Rose here. And he leaves the braking really late, dives up the inside, clean move, pushes Aaron off the racing line, not by force or anything, just because he's there. And that's a beautiful move there by Smoker. Takes a position cleanly, just forces Aaron off the racing line. So how are these boys settled further back? Wilkie has got there do this. He's got damage here. got engine damage through because Berger was trying to come back onto the circuit and accidentally tapped him. So it's a little bit of a disaster for the boys back there. So we'll go back up front. Beserker-Boy is off on his merry way, singing a happy song. You know, he likes his circuit. It's a very flowing circuit, well suited to the Honda, as long as you can get the braking right. Daily Breeze doing all he can to hang on. So in the back here we have Seamus is now up to third in the BMW. I think that's a new livery for Seamus in the Mobil sponsored BMW there. It's closely followed by Smoker, who's got past Aaron, and it looks like Aaron has dropped back past Stones as well. So Stones having a storming race. Where did Stones come from? We have to quickly go back to that. So Stones here in fifth still. Oh, here we go. Where's this? This is at coming up the hill, going around to turn 3. So that's turn 2 that we're just going through now. Turn 3, the hairpin is already past Total Rose. Aaron is a quick driver, but Stone's beautiful line there with the BMW takes a superb clean move there, but Aaron is not going to let him get away that easy. But the BMW is pulling away already from Total Rose there. So superb driving by Stones. And back here we can see Zaf is harassing Viali. The Lexus goes wide there, so Zaf has now got past Viali for 7th place. Sayrek's 9th, Wilkie, who's probably recovered from that damage, 10th, Berger 11th. So we'll go back up through the field. Beserker-Boy still holding on to first place. Looks like he's probably, yeah, he's just starting to get a bit of a, it's just a purple sector there for him as well. It's only lap 2, so just eking about a second lead now over Daly B here. Can the GTR driver catch him? I mean, as I said, Berserker was over a second quicker in qualifying, so he's going to have his work cut out to catch the flying Berserker in that Honda. Seamus is now being harassed here by Smoker. These boys really putting on a bit of a show here. Seamus, as you can see, they're a perfect example of why the BMW drivers say that the tail end of that car just doesn't want to stick. Seamus is basically drifting through the last corner, last chicane on the circuit. Just have a sip of water. Actually, no, I've got coffee now. I'm sponsored by Lidl Coffee, the best budget coffee money can buy. I do talk to myself too much, don't I? Anyway, so here we are with on board with Smoker. Again, that tail end of that BMW getting sideways through the apex of that turn. You can see Seamus pretty much fighting that BMW on the track. Whereas when we go to some of the other drivers, you'll see how stable some of the other cars are. That BMW is certainly quick. So Smoker here, is he going to dive up the inside? He is. Gets Seamus at the apex. Superb move. And back here, I just saw line astern as well. Oh no, but going back here, Seamus, I went too early. Seamus fighting back against the GTR. Looks like the BMW certainly got the power. Certainly on a circuit like this, he just hasn't got the grip. And here we go, two Beamers side by side through the bank turn. Oh, it's good. It's Brooklands all over again. Oh, superb driving there by Stones. Stones is on a mission today. Steve Stones, what a epic drive already for him. He's not just being fourth, he's being fourth with purpose. I don't think he's ever been higher. He's trying to be fourth, I should say. I don't think this is the highest. He's looking very sporty. He's looking to undercut. Oh, this is going to be a bit tricky. Here we go, 4 cars coming down into the chicane. Stones has a little bump with Smoker, and everyone's sort of got through it. So Smoker's just dropped back a little bit. Stones has got a pass. There's 5 drivers joining the party now. Here we are with Title Rose. Aaron who's dropped back behind this bunch. So it's we've got Stones, Seamus, Zaf has got up in that Dodge. He's past Smoker, and now Rose is going to get past Smoker. Smoker's gone from third or fourth he was, I can't remember now, to back down to nearly seventh. But he is, no, he's not seventh. Rose is still seventh. There's 5 drivers here fighting for position, all jockeying each other, trying not to hit each other. Oh, a little tap there doesn't push Smoker off, which is good. Well, he's too far off the pace. So here we are at the moment. Stones has got through this melee of drivers. He's now pulling away from Seamus, who's being harassed by Zaf. Zaf is a fast driver here in a Dodge. Now here comes Aaron Total Rose in the slow Hyundai apparently. He's got it up to 5th. He's looking to undercut Seamus. Oh, he's bumper to bumper, and now Smoker's caught back up to Zafiro as we go into the bank to turn. This is, oh my goodness, this is so easy to get wrong. That beautiful looking Dodge has now been hung out to dry at the back, so he's been, Zafiro's been forced back. Smoker's got back up to 6. Aaron still can't get his Hyundai past that BMW of Seamus. The sideways, the drifting BMW. Can Aaron get a little toe up this hill? He's another BMW starting to pull away. I think Aaron, the only way he's going to manage to get past that BMW is under braking somewhere, because we know that BMW is going to go sideways literally each corner. But he can't quite make. He's just trying to undercut here at the start finish straight. He's got so close. Surely at turn 1 here, he's gonna have a go. Is he gonna pull out? No, he doesn't. The BMW still won't let pass, but Aaron keeps it clean in the racing line and makes a superb move there to get past Seamus. So Seamus has now drifted back to 5th, and so Smoker's now all over the BMW driver. Smoker. He's gonna go. Is he gonna go around the outside? No, he waits for Seamus to undercut. Is he trying to try and undercut? Here he is. He's got a good drive, but now there's a left-hand turn to Seamus, has got the giant racing line. Unfortunately, he can block him. With a little bit of a tap there, it unsettles both cars. But Smoker's lost a little bit of ground now to the BMW driver, and Zaf's fallen right off the pace. I'm not sure why. What happened here? He was up with these boys a second ago, but he's not there at the moment. So at the moment, on board here with Smoker, looking at the back end of a BMW still. I get the feeling if Smoker could find his way past this BMW, he can make it stick. It's just finding an opportunity to get cleanly past that BMW. Seamus would drifted very wide there onto the little marbles of rubber thrown up to the high end of the bank. Exciting stuff here in the first 10 minutes. Seamus gets it terribly wide. Surely Smoker. Oh no, Smoker's. Oh dear, they've got it all wrong. Smoker was trying to undercut the BMW, but gets it all wrong, and now they're having to wait for each other. Oh, disaster. Now Sayrex has got past everyone. Oh, unfortunate. Oh, Sayrex loses it all by himself as well. That just shows you how unstable that BMW is. So Smoke, unfortunately, there he tried to undercut the BMW, but the BMW driver came across and they had contact, which is unfortunate. So, oh, and there's Sayrex drifting wide and drifting left and right. I wouldn't want to be a BMW driver on this circuit, that's for sure. So, 10 minutes into the race. Let's have a little breather and see what's going on from the top of the field to the bottom. I'm just going to have a quick another coffee break, run you through some lap times as well. So bear with me a second. So here we have, with the glorious looking Honda NSX here, driven by Beserker-Boy, oblivious to all of the shenanigans going on behind him, because he's basically pulled out a bit of a sizable gap now between him and Deli B, who's in second place. Beserker-Boy, his best time is a 1:55.2, which is actually quicker than his qualifying time. He did a 1:55.399. So Beserker-Boy is on a minute. Oh, puff of smoke there from the tyres are heavy under braking with that Honda. But as you can see here with the Honda, he's not getting that tail end sideways at any corner, especially coming up here at this section, coming up this slow chicane at the end of the circuit. You'll notice that the back end of that Honda is planted. There's no sideways motion on that car, unlike the BMW drivers who are really suffering. So that just means Beserker can get a good clean drive out of all these corners, and in a fast-paced Honda, it's going to be hard to get past him, I suspect. Deli B back here, he's done a 55.8 as his fastest time, so that's a very good time there from Deli, which I believe is probably quicker than his qualifying time. I wouldn't be surprised. Deli B here is holding station now in second place. He's about 4 seconds, I'd say, off the Beserker-Boy up the road. Stones having a great drive for him in a BMW, sideways BMW. This is, so far, I believe this is the highest Stones has been in the series, and he doesn't look like he's really falling back anywhere. He's driving very well for him. This would be if he can hold it together. Unfortunately, though, he's got the championship leader in a apparently slow Hyundai right behind him, which is going to keep him honest for the rest of this race unless that Hyundai can catch him up. And he's not far behind, about second. Here, Aaron Totoro is doing a 56.1, so off the pace from the lead drivers. Smoker here has had an eventful race already. Oh, I've missed that. Because he was all the way back with Seamus, so looks like Smoker has got back up to 5th, but something must have happened with him and Zaf. Zaf must have had an incident in 6th place. Sayrex has got up to 7th. Seamus is hunting down his fellow BMW driver here in 8th. Berger's caught up to the party in 9th. Vialli's dropped right back here. A bit of unlucky drive for him. The Doctor here in 10th. Wilkie's still struggling back here in 11th. Although if you look at the map at the top right, you got Beserker-Boy way out in front, Deli B, the Stones and what's his name, Aaron Totoro's battle going on. But basically from 11th up to here you have Smoker in 5th. They're all Smoker's just going to cross the line now. And the last place driver, Wilkie, is just coming into the start-finish straight. So they're still not really strung out at all from 5th down to last. So there's still a lot to play for. As you can see here, all the boys bunching up. Zafiro, Sayrex, Seamus, who's using a wheel to drive this car. So he's probably getting used to that still. And Berger back here, followed by Vialli. So let's see how this group might concertina up as the race progresses. So let's go back up to, oh, there's a yellow flag here. What's going on here? Who's off? Someone has had a spin, and it's Seamus. Oh, Seamus, what's happened here? He's just drifted wide. That is so easy to do at that turn. I'll give you 5.9 to artistic impression to music. Oh, nearly clips Vialli on the way through again. Vialli wouldn't want that. So let's spread the field out a little bit more. Let's go back up to this battle here. Here's Steve Stones. How far is he ahead now of Total Rose? Let's go on board the Stones. So that Rose, Aaron is still hunting him down. You can see he's not too far away. Stones, I bet if Stones could play Joker, this would have been the circuit he would have played it on. Oh, he gets a little bit too, tries to cut too much corner there. Coming up the hill, this corner here, it wants to throw you out over onto the grass on the right. You can't quite go full throttle through there. You just have to ease off a bit because the dynamics of the circuit, if you go full throttle, will literally throw you off the circuit. Puff of smoke there from Stones, heavy under braking. It looks like Aaron's caught up a little bit here, but I think the BMW power now, certainly around the end of turn 1, will start to ease that BMW away from the Hyundai. See Stones, lovely line there from Stones. See, he's going to, although Aaron caught up, that BMW is now going to start pulling away, as you can see, from the Hyundai. along this fastest section of the track. Drivers already up to about 130, 140 miles an hour here, and heavy under braking. Stones again wide, too wide up there, so Aaron's caught back up. So this battle is brewing. Looks like Aaron, if he keeps it clean, will be able to catch up to Stones here. So let's just go back down through to Smoker here, back in 5th. Has he pulled out a bit of a gap between him and Zaf? Yes, oh no, and his Sayrex undercuts Zaf's. Sayrex has now got up to 6th place. Good move there by Sayrex, but Zaf's not giving it up. Zaf going around the outside. Let's go on board with Zaf. On board here with the Dodge. Dodge power cruises past the BMW power, but who's got the best braking? The Dodge. Zaf been very respectful there. Gave Zaf a lot of room. Scrubbed off quite a lot of power, but to give him space. But Sayrex a little tap there from Sayrex again. You can see Zaf going very wide, being very respectful, giving Sayrex a lot of room in that BMW. This bank turn here, I love this shots. He's got to be brave because it throws you out to the left edge, and just like that you can lose it. Oh, I was just about to say how it's easy to just put too much power on and you'll go too wide. Just scrolling through, so Wilkie's caught up with Seamus now, so that's just allowed Sayrex now to get back up to 6th place. Unfortunate there for Zaf, just kept the power on a bit too much and drifts again. It throws you out. That's another corner where it will throw you out wide if you keep the power on, just like that little kink coming up the hill near the end of the circuit. So we are, oh crumbs, we're 18 minutes in already, so there's only 12 minutes to go, and we're riding on board of Sayrex at the moment. Let's see how far ahead Smoker is. Smoker's got a bit of quite a gap now between him and Sayrex. Screening enough times there, I wondered if something's going on. So Smoker can have a bit, has got a bit of breathing room. He's quite a way off the pace from Rose in front of him, and he's got a bit of a gap to this bunch of drivers here. We've got Viali following the Burger, trying to hunt down Sayrex. Be interesting to see what the McLaren power is like on this circuit. So look, here we have Berger. He's doing 157s. Sayrex is also doing 157s. Viali also doing 157s, but basically low 57. And his fastest time was his last lap. So Viali's definitely got the bit between his teeth, trying to catch up to the Berger. Putting in his personal best lap times in an effort to do it. So we'll catch back up with this battle a little bit later on. Zaf, who's thrown away good position, is now back here in 9th place. Goodness me, superb looking livery though, I have to say, that on that Red Bull. And he's got Wilkie now. Wilkie had an unfortunate incident earlier on in the race where he had engine damage. Is up to 10th, and Seamus has dropped all the way back here into 11th. Oh, the luck of the Irish is not going his way at the moment. So 20 minutes gone, 10 minutes to go. Beserker-Boy 55, 55, 56, low 56, low 56, low 56, oh 57, and we fell asleep on that. Wow, that lap. 56, 57, 56. So consistency again is coming through from the driving of Beserker-Boy. He got his first maiden MRC victory last week. At the moment it looks like this is his race to lose. If he can keep it together for the last 10 minutes, he's got a comfortable lead over Delhi. Both Beserker-Boy and Delhi have had very quiet races for them, just been on their own hot lapping, to be honest. But I think Delhi needs to worry about Stones, who's catching the... Look at this. Stones is not only content with 3rd, he's looking to try and catch up to Delhi to maybe get a 2nd place. It's like Stones is reborn. And Stones' best times are 56, 3. But look at the lap time, 56, 56, 56, 56, 56, 57, 56. He's certainly definitely catching up. Look at that. He's catching right back up to Delhi. Aaron has lost a bit of ground now to Stones, and he's having a quiet time at the moment on his own here in 4th place. Smoker dropped back a little bit from Aaron. Just looking at the map, looked like there was something going on about up front. No, it wasn't. So Sayerex has now got, he's drifted, he's flirting with danger there coming up the hill. That could easily have gone wrong. Hitting the grass, coming underneath the I think I can't remember what the name of that bridge, not the Dunlop Bridge, is it? But touches the grass, he's flirting with danger. So here we have Berger. He's now been caught by the Lexus driver of Viali. Is Viali going on board here with Viali? Is Viali going to have a look up the inside here at turn 1? No, he respectfully eases off, but Berger, showing a lot of respect himself, goes wide to give Viali room. Good driving there by these two boys. See the power of the McLaren is not really easing away from the Lexus. That's surprising. So the Lexus sideways. Oh, Viali's got it terribly wrong in the entry. Looked like he got a lot of oversteer there. The front end turned in quite a lot and it just flipped the back end out there. So he drifted sideways into that apex, which has just scrubbed off all the speed and given him a big gap now to catch back up again to the Berger up there in 7th place. Back here with Zaf. Oh, Zaf was fighting up near 4th place at one point, but that going off at that just at the exit, the 8 of the banked turn is just costing dearly. Again, it's one of those tracks where it's very easy to get wrong. There's we'll go on board with Beserker-Boy and I'll show you where we mean. Oh no, it's not, because it's too far forward. Let's go back to this corner here, Smoker. If you go full throttle through that corner, it throws you literally off to the right, and that's the Gran Turismo bridge. That's what it is, or Ricardo. And there's another Gran Turismo bridge coming down into this section here. Oh, beautiful line there by Smoker. Cuts the apex, and you can put the power on here for the other one. So that's the first part of the circuit which throws you off. This corner here, which Beserker-Boy's just gone through, can throw you out wide and drift you off the track to the left if you keep the power down. This section here, if you so much as touch the green on the outside there, and Beserker's given it a good bit of respect, it can throw you off. This bit here, you can put the power down. As you see, there's a bit of concrete out there so you can put the wheels on the grass. This section here again, it's very easy to drift wide, and there's a car's width of grass over there on the right which is waiting for you. So it's very easy to just get things slightly wrong, and the grass will spin you around. So Beserker-Boy giving us a masterclass in consistency going around this circuit. Now, see, he's probably got, doesn't show you how much of a lead it's got, unfortunately. Wish the timings of the gaps would come up in the replay, but it doesn't. So Beserker-Boy's still merrily away now with only 5 minutes to go, and he's still got a decent lead over Delhi B here in second. Oh, I got a feeling, yeah, this battle is closing right up. Look, there's Aaron here in 4th place, catching up to Stones, and there's Stones, he's not really caught Delhi just yet, but he's got 5 minutes to try and close this gap up, because definitely looks like Aaron is closing the gap up. Total Rose is closing the gap to Stones. So a bit of late race excitement here for the last for the podium positions. There's Delhi B in second, Stones third, and Rose in 4th. So keep an eye on that in the last stages. Smoker's now completely out on his own in 5th place, just has to hold it together. Although he's still pushing, he's just done his best lap of 55.8. Superb time there. Only 0.6 of a second off Beserker-Boy's fastest time. So Smoker's still pushing hard, even at this late in the race. Sayrex, the BMW driver, still can't quite see Smoker up ahead, but is charging hard to try and catch him. And he's sort of on his own at the moment. Vialli still a little bit way off. Sayrex drifting wide. It's very easy to lose it there, and he manages to hold it very well. Berger has now got the hard charging Zafiro right behind him. Zafiro could really do with getting that place. Needs those points. Zafiro is a race winner in this series, so if he wants to try and aim for promotion, every single point is going to count. Dodge driver definitely gaining now over the McLaren, and he's coming up to the section of the track where he came off though. So just watching through this banked right turn, this beautiful turn. Doesn't drift wide this time, cuts underneath, trying to catch up to that McLaren, doesn't quite make it here. So Wilkie's now going through that bank section. Seamus is off the pace now, right at the very back, unfortunately for him. So 3 minutes, well, 2.5 minutes, which will be 2 laps. Where's Beserker on the circuit? He's just going around turn 3. So yeah, here's Beserker-Boy, first place still. Definitely much bigger gap now between him and Delhi, whereas these two boys, Stones and Hearn and the Totoros, have certainly caught each other up, although both the drivers look like they got that corner there horribly wrong. So will these boys, there's only 2 minutes to go. Just trying to see where Beserker-Boy is on the circuit. I think he's going to finish this lap, so there will be another lap after this one. So let's try and find where any other battles are going as we come into the final stages of this race. 1.5 minutes to go. Smoker here in 5th is completely on his own. Sayrex can see Smoker now at the long straight, but I doubt with a minute and a half to go he's going to be able to close that gap up. Vialli's definitely not going to be able to catch that gap up. Berger has now pulled a little bit off of Zaf. Here's Zaf in 9th, Wilkie 10th, Seamus 11th. So on board with Beserker-Boy now. We've got 1 minute to go. This will be the last lap. We're coming into the final chicane. Oh, he gets it terribly wrong. He smashes the front of that Honda. Oh my goodness, disaster for Beserker-Boy. Unfortunately, he's only got damage to the front bumper and the front right there. Oh, well, that's good. He's smashed the front of that Honda into a bit of barrier that was sticking out. I think he must have thought that the barrier was smooth there, but there isn't. There's a bit that sticks out. So how far is he away from Delhi? Can Delhi now see Beserker? And the Beserker's just out the distance, just out of sight across the ridge of that turn. So here we have. Oh, can these boys catch up? They've got, this is going to be the last lap. There's 15 seconds to go. Stones is catching up to Delhi. Oh, Stones is getting it sideways again. Stones has got it sideways. These boys definitely starting to catch each other. See what's going on with Beserker here. His damage is gone, so he's recovered now, and he's on his final lap. Disaster for Beserker on that last turn. So Delhi here. Still holding, there's still a gaps now, they're not quite close enough at the moment. We'll run you through the field as they go past, but it looks like this is going to stay on board with Beserker now. He's coming round to the nasty little hairpin at the end of the fastest section of the track, heavy under braking, but that Honda looks stable there. This is the last lap, so he's going to come up this little nasty kink up to the Gran Turismo bridges, giving everything a lot of respect from his final lap now. He's not pushing the limits at all. He doesn't need to, because he's got a decent lead. He's coming under heavy braking sections for the little right left section, to come over the line and get his second win of the season, surely. Yes, he misses the barrier this time. Second win of the season, and it's a win for Beserker-Boy again. And says hello to his pit crew, leaning out over the pit wall. So Delhi is going to hang on for second place in the GTR. Stones slides at BMW for third place. A superb drive by Stones. Aaron's cruising now for his fourth place in the slow Hyundai. Smoker coming across the line. Well, he's not quite there yet. Here he comes up to the start-finish straight. Smoker coming across the line for a well-earned fifth place. Sarex did catch up to Smoker a little bit here in sixth, so another lap or so. That would have been interesting to see if Sarex had caught Smoker. Viali coming through in the Lexus for seventh. Berger coming across the line now for eighth. Zafira couldn't catch him for ninth. Wilkie 10th. And Seamus in 11th. There you go. That's Alsace done and dusted in the bag. Thank you very much. Look forward to seeing you for the next race, which will be at Fuji International. And boy, is there a lot going on at Fuji. It's a controversial race for sure. So, see you next time.